Hi, my name is Jessica Parnell, and I will be presenting today on the misappropriation of Native American culture and American popular music today. Native American culture has long suffered from erasure and misappropriation throughout American popular media. Popular music in America has misused elements of Native American culture and misappropriated facets of Native lifestyle. By misrepresenting and misappropriating Native American culture, American popular music has perpetuated stereotypes and negative biases towards Native societies. There is often a fine line between behavior that may be considered offensive or inoffensive in the context of learning and adopting similar practices from other cultures. Cultural confusion can occur when misinformation is shared, especially when individuals do not respect or the various nuances and beliefs of another culture while still sharing cultural practices or information of that culture. Cultural confusion causes others to be unclear about what aspects of the information that has been shared is authentic and what has been misrepresented. Elements of Native American culture that has been misused in American popular music in such a way creates cultural confusion. The phrase singing red face refers to non-natives performing as natives and mocking native culture. Throughout history, white people in the United States have used a variety of media to mock Native Americans and perpetuate negative stereotypes. Within the music industry, white people have created performances and songs that have preserved negative ideas and concepts about Native life. In some of these performances in the past, white people would dress up in Native American costumes and even paint their faces red to look as though they were Native Americans. The term singing red face stems, however, from blackface minstrelsy performances. Blackface minstrelsy shows date back to the 1820s, during a time when these shows were a popular form of entertainment. These shows lacked any influence from or respect of African American culture, yet the shows featured performances of white people that would paint their faces black and act like they were black. Blackface minstrelsy shows frequently glorified slavery and mocked the lives of African Americans. These performances stereotyped African Americans while belittling the inequalities and injustices that African Americans faced. From these shows, white people then began painting their faces red and singing red face. Along with singing red face, American popular media and music has often misinterpreted Native American customs that creates a singular narrative around Native American life when there are hundreds of Native American nations. Playing Indian allows white people to interpret Native customs and history that reinforces stereotypes. Additionally, playing Indian erases more Native American history and traditions the more that it is practiced. When non-natives pretend to be native, it is often without respect or honor to the nuances of the many different native nations. Instead, playing Indian homogenizes hundreds of nations and misuses native customs. These practices and behaviors result in what is known as cultural misappropriation, which is the exchange of culture without respect to that culture while perpetuating stereotypes. Cultural misappropriation can additionally be described as the theft of culture, and this is done either for the purpose of maintaining biases or for personal gain in some manner. When learning and researching cultural misappropriation, it is also critical to understand that there is often a power imbalance between cultures when misappropriation takes place. A power imbalance occurs when one culture is more dominant than another culture, such as the imbalance of power between white people and Native Americans. Cultural misappropriation can have powerful negative impacts on entire groups of people, which can lead to the erasure of parts of a group's history. Moreover, cultural misappropriation can further lead to issues such as racial antipathy. Racial antipathy can have powerful impacts on groups of people because it is a potent negative attitude or characterizations towards a group of people based on stereotypes or biases based on the racial background of a group of people. Stereotypes and racial biases can create misrepresentations and skewed concepts of groups of people. These misrepresentations can lead to what is known as idealized sympathy, the subject appropriation and sympathy for a group of people based on stereotypes and misrepresentation and misinformation that's accurate portrayals. Practices such as singing red face and playing Indian have generated idealized sympathy for Native Americans, but this sympathy is based on a parody of real Native Americans. However, these same practices have also provoked racial antipathy towards Native Americans. Popular music in the United States is one form of media that has misappropriated Native American culture and customs. The representation of Native Americans portrayed by non-natives in popular American music often distorts Native lifestyle and even romanticizes Native Americans, most pointedly, Native women. These representations portrayed in popular music not only influences the ideas and biases that non-natives have towards natives, but the representations can also impact the identities of natives. When Native Americans are represented as stereotypes in popular media, such as music, Native Americans can also begin believing those stereotypes and feel the impact on their identities. Popular music in the United States from non-natives often borrows aspects of Native American culture without respect to the culture, resulting in cultural misappropriation. While American musical artists may believe that the songs they create pertaining to Native American customs or traditions are meaningful, honoring, or even humorous, it is more often that Native Americans feel as though the music is offensive and insulting to their cultures. Non-natives often borrow aspects of Native cultures to incorporate into their own music without acknowledging the differing value systems between cultures, nor the power imbalance between non-natives and natives. One specific example of a popular American musical artist singing redface and presenting stereotypes of Native Americans in his music is that of country music idol Tim McGraw and his song Indian Outlaw. Throughout the song, Tim McGraw presents himself as a Native American and identifies himself as half Cherokee and half Choctaw. Tim McGraw is a white man, yet in this song, McGraw is identifying as a member of two separate Native nations. McGraw supplies a multitude of stereotypes throughout the song with no respect to actual Native Americans. McGraw attempts to give himself a Native moniker, going by Bear Claw in the song, as though it is an ode to Native clan and naming systems. Instead, McGraw giving himself this name appears more as a mockery to Native American traditions and customs. Additionally, McGraw refers to his girlfriend in the song, claiming she is a member of the Chippewa Nation, yet his lyrics about her seem to only romanticize her for the fact that she is a Native woman. When the song was released, it was a chart topper and widely popular among non-natives. However, it is a clear example of a non-native singing redface through McGraw's performance as a Native person and disrespect for Native culture. American popular media has a long history of misappropriating Native American culture and disrespecting Native customs. Popular music and performances from non-natives that borrow aspects of Native cultures without honoring and the differing value or belief systems between other cultures results in insolence. Dominant cultures, especially white people in the United States, must be aware of differing power dynamics and consider those dynamics when wanting to adopt practices from other cultures. While it might not be inherently wrong to adopt behaviors or practices from other cultures, it is critical that any person wanting to do so also learn the values behind those practices.